Hey everyone, my name is Peter from Press Start Forever. This is going to be a short video talking about rebranding this channel, but I want to focus on what this video is really about. Gaming is facing a looming issue with preservation, and I fear that the next generation may never get to experience the games of my time and those that came before. The rising number of games being delisted or pulled from players has become more common than ever. Games such as Deadpool, the Forza Horizon series before 5, the Guitar Hero Rock Band series that everybody frickin' loves, the Simpsons Hit and Run, and the original Crash and Spyro games as well. I get it, there are remakes out there for some of them, but there's still no way to play the originals. Even some recent games can no longer be purchased, such as Anthem and New World. When a game is delisted or a server is shut down, it's the equivalent of erasing a book from the library or removing a painting from a museum. The next generation loses all access to that piece of history. All the lessons, the experience, the creativity it represents are gone. It's not just a missing game, it's a missing part of our cultural heritage. This is where we get into a sticky situation. Games such as the Pokemon series we grew up loving on the Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, all that jazz, is no longer available to purchase, unless you are willing to pay hundreds of dollars online from scalpers, resellers, and all that. Leaf Green, Sapphire, and Ruby, which many consider the best in the series, which they are factually better. You are not going to tell me that is not peak. I will Jubilee-style debate anyone. Put me in that circle immediately. So this is where we get into a gray area. ROMs and emulators. This is where that door is about to get punched down right now. FBI, open up! Luckily, I own all the games. I still have them preservated. I have my Game Boy. I even found an old Game Boy Advance that was never opened, which I can't wait to show that to everybody. It's sick. And I have all these games. And luckily, I could play them. But not a lot of people have that same luxury. And I say luxury because if you try to get them now, they're much more expensive and no one can play them. So I understand when companies get pissed off saying, why are you like downloading these emulators and ROMs? I do get that because that's their property. That's what made them the moolah. But I don't understand still, and I'm not going to take a lot of time about this, is that why not resell them? Please, I would love to buy some of the games I never got to play as a kid and have them physically, or even buy them on the Switch, on the shop and stuff like that. That's where we're having an issue here. So this is where I want to showcase games from 2015 and earlier. Now I know that it's like, hey, that's not retro, and I get that. I know there's like a whole debate of when is retro. Google it. You'll be surprised how many people debate that on a daily basis. But I've noticed that once a game hits 10 years old, it enters this weird gray area where finding a physical copy or a legit download becomes increasingly difficult as time passes by. Forza Horizon 4 was not even out that long technically, and guess what? It got delisted. You can't play it anywhere. Deadpool, you can't play it anywhere unless they do like this re-release and then it goes back to delisted. Again, Deadpool is a great example of that. But many of these titles were released in limited runs or on a platform that are no longer supported, making them easy to forget. But by highlighting these games, I hope that I get to hopefully preserve their legacy in a video, or do a review on it, or talk about its history, basically sharing the hidden gems with new players, and give longtime fans a chance to revisit classics before they fade into obscurity. This isn't about discs and downloads. It's about a feeling sitting on the floor way too close to the TV where it causes permanent vision damage. Controller in hand, where you take that PS1 controller and throw it to the floor with increasing force because Rogue Squadron 2, I remember that level. The one where Yoda is looking at you trying to pull up an X-Wing and you gotta rapidly hit A. I'm losing the plot. Man, I apologize, I almost broke a ribcage right there, but to get back on track, I want this channel to oh my god. But I want this channel to give older games a second life, spotlight forgotten gems, and push back against the idea that games should just disappear once they stop being profitable. I don't think so. I don't think that's right. Whether that's supporting physical media, local game stores, or just making enough noise so games don't quietly vanish. The goal is the same. Keep gaming history alive. If you miss this feeling, I hope you'll stick around. Let's preserve it, and let's press start forever. Like the tagline? Yeah. Took 20 minutes to think of.